live button. Ready?
Okay.
Word.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Hump Day Hangout here on the Odious Soul. My name is Shannon. Welcome. And of course, we have our normal, lovely people here with us. Amanda, please tell the world where they can find you on social media.
No, I'm lying. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Stay Fast and Weird, and don't find me on Facebook. However, you might not be able to find me at all sometimes because I've been like deactivating my social media for a couple days because it's been annoying.
Yeah, can I just say how like when you don't post for a few days, like I worry if you're alive. Like,
No, I
seriously,
just
it's gotten to that
deactivate
point.
my stuff. I deactivate my stuff for like a couple of days because I don't want to like stare at it every day and it's like an accidental go-to. So like I did that for like I think maybe
just
day
the
and a
apps
half.
or just the apps or the account
No,
itself.
no. I straight deactivate it usually.
I have not noticed
so
that.
Yeah, I did that this week. I haven't done it in a while, but I did it this week.
Apparently, I just don't stalk you enough. Maybe that's the problem.
No, nobody stalks me enough. Stalk me less. I appreciate it.
Amanda, do we have the same cup?
No,
Oh, no,
I
no.
have chocolate
yours
milk
is
in my
bigger.
cup because
Yours is
I'm
bigger.
not
No,
a pussy.
Hers
and I
looks a
can
lot
tolerate
more like
accents.
your Starbucks coffee cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about where we can find you out on the social media web?
Instagram and TikTok at Twisty Rider.
Nice. All right. And then me, Odious Soul everywhere. You can also just Google that or go to my website and look at all my links. Let's see here. So as tradition here on the show, we do talk about our drinks.
Ready?
So before we talk about the drinks, though, I will say what tonight's show is about. So we had our subscribers and viewers send us messages of questions that they wanted to ask either us individually or as a group. So we have a whole night of questions. We will go over some news before that. But before we do the news, we always talk about what we're drinking. So Mike, why don't you go first? What are you drinking tonight?
Iced tea in my blue cup. And yeah.
All right.
Boring tonight.
So you got to watch what you say because there's no excuse for you to say anything stupid tomorrow. Okay, Amanda, what about you? What are you partaking in tonight?
Are you sure you want to know? So I'm drinking chocolate milk and I'm drinking lavender chamomile hot tea. And then get this because I'm a fat ass. I also have this giant strawberry cheese Danish I'm finishing.
You always eat on the show. You know what? There was somebody in our community over on the Forest Fence side that always ate while they ate. You don't want to be like her, just so you know. Like, no.
Listen, if she's a terrible person,
and I know K-Pro is watching. So K-Pro, and Adam's here too. So they're both watching. They both know exactly who I'm talking about. You don't want to be her.
I'm not anybody, so I'm not worried about that. I'm an individual.
All right. Well, anyway, I am drinking some pomegranate champagne seltzer. I am also being sober tonight. Just, it's time for like a little bit healthy, detoxing, maybe a little bit. Might have had a little too much fun this last weekend. Wait, never too much fun, but still just want to like eat all the good proteins this week and some veggies and not drink alcohol for a little while. I always say that, and then I always end up drinking every single time. Every time.
If I had like a nickel for every time I said I was never going to drink again, I wouldn't have to work.
I do want to give it.
Don't drink. I just drink sometimes.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Cabin Land, to my friends Dan and Jill, and Amanda. Jill made sure she let me know that she will be at home in bed watching us drinking her milk with you in solidarity.
Yes.
If you don't know, Amanda loves milk. So my best friend Jill loves milk too. So, all right. So guys, do we have any news tonight?
No. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Do your thing.
So I just got two things. These are both from motorcyclenews.com. So there's a girl, Bridget McClutchin. She's 22 and she's setting out to set a record for the youngest female rider to ever circumnavigate the globe. She's doing it on a 20 Kawasaki versus 300, which seems a little underpowered, but smaller bikes go through crazier places. So maybe she'll be just fine. But that's a lot of weight to have everything you need to go around the world on a small bike. But
And
its
how
name
old is
is
she?
22, and the bike's name is Mab.
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 Is it
Mab.
stand for anything, or is it just?
I don't know. It just says Mab. MAB. So maybe Mabel,
right.
maybe a shorter name for Mabel. I don't know. But in any case, she's gonna visit dozens of countries, cover over 22,000 miles, and take the better part of 2 years to do this trip.
Wow.
I wish I could do that at 22.
I mean, seriously, my daughter's talking about taking a gap year. Maybe if I can hurry up and get her to learn how to ride a motorcycle, she can do something cool like that, and then send me pictures so I can at least live vicariously through her. Like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Is she sponsored, or does she just have like rich parents, or she get to work along the way?
I think she just kind of, I didn't get to read the whole article, but I was like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, just kind of hopping on her bike and going, which I know another girl that did that. I think she's from Alaska. I can't remember her name, but I'm following her on Instagram, and she broke up with her boyfriend and was like, I'm out, and hopped on her bike. She was on like a CBR and just put some knobby tires on it, threw some bags on it, and just hit the road.
That would be awesome.
She's been all over the place now.
That would be awesome. That's for sure. All right. What else? What other news do we got?
Something a little more on the nerdy side, but kind of cool. So Aprilia just got a patent for the RSV4 for VVT, which is variable valve timing. So they're joining Suzuki, BMW, Kawasaki, Ducati, and Yamaha also have patents for this. But the Suzuki and the Aprilia version are going to be a little less complicated, which means a little bit more affordable. Basically, if you don't know what variable valve timing is, every single person ever's probably heard of it, called another thing. If you've ever driven a clapped out Honda, and that's VTEC. So basically, the valves are like nice and mild, and just like fuel efficient and stuff like that. Honda had VTEC forever ago, but when you really ripped on it, got above certain RPMs, some oil passages would open and change it to a more aggressive cam. Now manufacturers do that so you can get fuel efficient bikes that are still really fast, because
I think a simple way to explain that is it's variable timing, and
variable valve timing
as you're doing your thing, just like this trashy ass CVT transmission.
No, but people want, like, there's a CVT.
I'm not saying it's bad in the engine. I'm saying it's bad for the transmission. It was terrible.
CVTs are just stupid transmissions. They don't make any sense. Well, they make sense, but they're dumb. But variable valve timing in this new fuel efficient world makes a lot of sense, because when you're just putting around town, you can have a fuel efficient setup, and then when you're at the track or out in the twisties, you can get that RSV performance, high revving, RPMs and power and everything.
Somebody just said, please don't say fusion. Amanda will light you up.
That is K-Pro. That is one of my dear peeps. Love her. So she's joining us. Yeah, she definitely asked some questions, so they're on the list too. So
all word.
Oh God. Yeah. Some of them you guys are gonna love the last one. Everybody's gonna love the last one.
I love all questions that that give me attention ish. Not really.
All right. Any other news?
The only news I have is I'm not a coach this season coming up. That shit sucks. Also, let's just divert from that. And all the organizations coming out, or all the track day organizations are coming out with their schedules, and I'm pretty excited. So I have all the mini track day schedules I need, except for OVRP. They're taking a hot minute. So I have Ruts to Race Lines. I have New Jersey Mini GP. I have Sandy Hook. I'm also looking into Motorcycle Excitement. They do Shenandoah and Summit, Maine, which is Summit Point Raceway. I've been looking into where else? I haven't looked into anywhere else. This is just places that I come. Of course, Riders Club, duh. I've kind of been sponsored my way into the Riders Club membership. Thanks, sponsor. Also, who else? So Riders Club, Motorcycle Excitement. I don't know. I might ride with N2 this year. I'll probably ride with Evolve, but they're all coming out with all their schedules, which I find to be important, and I should say loud and proud for everybody so they remember to go check it out.
Yeah, I haven't even started thinking about track days. Got 2 races coming up, one in March, one in April, going to Daytona 200 and then Coda for MotoGP. And I have not even thought beyond that. I'm like, just get me through that first. I mean, somebody got me used to last minute track days. I can do that again this year, right?
Who did that?
I don't know. Can't remember his name.
Dishing out the freebies over there.
I'm the most organized, prepared,
non-procrastinating person
in the history of humans.
I mean, I don't work with you, so I don't know how your work life is, but I do know how your personal life is.
I'll send you
Let me tell you
tomorrow.
I'll tell you this, I love spontaneous track days. They're the best. So like Shenandoah and NC Bike, the 2 best track days I had this year.
But at the same time, like I had time to prep for pit race because like I planned pit race on my own and I found my own transportation and everything. And when I got there, like I knew that track, like I knew every turn, I knew the angle of every turn, like I knew elevations. Everybody thought I was insane, but I did so much prep work. Hey, you know what? It was still my best track day, even on cold tires. I still pushed myself harder than I normally, or I had previously. Like I worked on a lot of things. I froze my booty off. Oh my God, it was so cold that weekend. But I mean, some prep work is nice sometimes.
I mean, I've done so many track days. You're just good to go.
Listen, my brain does not work. Like everybody's just like, get out there and do it. And I'm like,
now, listen,
you don't understand how my brain works.
My very first 3 track days and probably the first half of my 2021 season, I was meticulous and overpacked and overprepared. Was always prepared like 3 days ahead of time for every track day. Dude, not even worth it. I literally just like wung it every day this season. I did 30 track days, something like that, like something just about under 30, but just about. And that's not including CCS days that I attended. So that'd be over 30. So I just wung it every time and it was super fun. Sometimes I didn't have everything I needed, but it doesn't matter because there's so many people on that pad or in that paddock. Somebody will have it. If not, just get drunk about it. Who cares? That's what I do.
All right, well, let's move on to the question portion of this. Sorry, chat. I see you guys chatting and I have not been paying attention, so I apologize. I do see a lot more people joining us, like Zeb's here. Kiwi's Road is here. The House Husband Diaries. Hey, Carter, what's up? Got all kinds of people in the house tonight.
Name.
House Husband Diaries.
Actually, just hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. You can always go check it out. I think I've been on his YouTube channel for like a live show or so. I know I have. What am I saying? I think I totally did. But anyway, so let's get to the question portion. You guys ready for questions?
Let's go.
Okay, so just so you know, like I was gonna have like any questions we received be read by you guys, but then Amanda's like, no, like you're the control center. You need to do this. And I'm like, okay.
Oh
so
yeah, I told her I came up with a name for you. So I said that and said Shannon Control Center, but then I flipped it. I was at work and I was doing something. I was like, it's like Control Center Shannon. And I was like, CCS. I was like, no, she can't be CCS.
Control Center Shannon reporting for duty. Pew. There we go. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I'll be asking the questions. I will let you guys answer first, unless it was a question directed towards me. There are a bunch. There were a few people from the Forest Friend community who might have asked some questions pertaining to that community. So we're totally going to answer because I said no topics off limit. So anybody in here from that who's here only to see that, just hang on. I promise it's about halfway through. It's not at the end. It's halfway through. We'll get to that.
Can they ask questions currently, like live, and we can answer them?
Yes. Yeah. If you want to ask questions now, just don't forget to do the @ and then us. So like Mike is at Twisty Rider. Amanda's at Stay Fast and Weird. I'm at the Odious Soul. That way we see them, because if Chad starts to roll or something, we'll miss it. So just do that. It highlights your name so we can easily see it. And then we can ask those questions. And don't forget, Super Chat is on. I believe it's on. It should be on. So you can always give us money to ask questions too. We will take those as a priority.
I never see any money. Get out of here.
No, yeah, nobody's given. Well, we've had a super chat or two.
Yeah.
From Zeb.
Yeah. So we've had a couple. We had a super sticker. I love.
Oh wait, that's
stickers.
what it was. Maybe
Those
it was
are
that.
super cute. Yeah. So like, but yeah, like we don't normally get them here, but just like remind you guys, it is on if you like us, you know. It's like I'm not, I won't get up and start twerking or anything for it, but you know, we do appreciate it. All right, guys. So question number 1 comes from Doug Haydick. And Doug, I'm sorry, I've never said your last name out loud. I was thinking like, how do you say that? I think it's Haydick. He asked, we get nervous when we see a moto like road circuit race in the rain? So when we see like a motorcycle race in the rain, do we get nervous?
No, I get excited. Those are the best. Did you see Kayla's last race at NJMP? She won. Exciting. I love racing I love watching racing in the rain. I like riding in the rain. Believe it or not.
Mike, what about you?
I like watching races in the rain because it kind of puts everybody on equal playing fields. As far as riding in the rain, I mean, I'll do it. Riding on the street isn't terrible in the rain. You know, I had to do it 50 miles in the freezing ass weather to get your bike home for you. You're riding the track in the rain. It's not my favorite thing to do, but you know, I'll do it. But I've also crashed in the rain too, so that really sucks because somehow you end up going faster than you were going, which is a really strange feeling. But like you crashed in the rain because you like instantly just start going faster, but not in a good way. Not in a good way.
I've only had to ride in the rain a couple times. Again, I was terrified to ride in the rain. Like, well, I was a brand new rider. I was terrified to ride, period, let alone add on rain into the equation. So thank you, Mike, for riding at sea home from the dealership for me. But I've ridden in the rain several times since then. And like, yeah, I don't like with street tires, I don't really notice any traction issues. Like what do I got? The Road 5s and they work fine out there.
You'd be surprised how hard you can push a tire in the rain.
It's true.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any difference at all. Like I think in my head, I'm more cautious when I go out.
Just watch out for paint.
Road 5s.
Paint is slippery.
Yeah, yeah, I did because I think there was one or twice when you're turning and like you got this stupid crosswalks with the really thick like lines in it. Scares the crap out of me. Like every time I'm like, ooh.
Tell me about it. There's like this like little twisty road. It's Morris River Parkway out where I used to live when I was married or whatever. So like it's not super twisty. It's no worse than like the chicane. It's actually, it's no worse than the chicane at NJMP. So it's really not bad at all. On the street, you're not going fast. I remember I was on the GSXR and I had somebody behind me and I went to go like I was being a smart ass. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And I was wearing gear though. Let me just note that I was being safe. And my rear tire, because I took it too wide because I was being stupid. Let's just remind you guys, I was being dumb. My rear tire hit the white paint and I went, whoo! My foot went down on the fucking pavement as it should not have. And I was like, no! But I was like grazing across the pavement. I was letting it like glide. And I was like, oh my God. And then it went, whoo! I was like, okay. I didn't know what happened. My friend was like, no, your rear tire was on the paint and you slid a little. And then when you like gripped back on pavement, you were like, and that's kind of what I felt. I was like, all right, cool. So that scared the shit out of me. It was literally a butt puckering moment for sure.
Yeah, I do want to like back to the racing though. Like I've only seen New Jersey, I think, in the rain. I think everything else had great weather. I think Pittsburgh might have had rain in the morning, but by the time the races happened, it dried up. So that wasn't an issue. But at New Jersey, I think it's one of those things. I don't get nervous, but I know that there might be a delay if it's on and off rain. Like, you know, like I think they did that with the stock 1000 class or maybe whatever class ran. I think whatever class ran after that. But you know, the baggers, watching the baggers race in the rain. Now that was I was kind of hoping more would happen. I was hoping for more of a disaster. Like, I don't know. Like I was expecting those baggers to be like fish out there, but they survived. They did pretty well. Like every time they came around, like pieces of the bags kept like falling off and stuff.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
No, it was only one guy because he crashed, but you know, it happens.
I mean, But yeah, I mean,
I did a 2-day track day with Tyler O'Hare and Kyle Wyman, and they did well. Tyler O'Hare did Lightning and Thunderbolt with us, but when we went to Thunderbolt on Sunday, they did their practice in the rain intentionally in preparation for Moto America. It was like 2 weeks before or something like that. Oh man, it was so cool because it was like downpouring that day. Like I didn't even go out first session. That's how bad it was. And you know, I don't ever skip any sessions. So like I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, look at these guys go. Tyler O'Hare, freaking nasty in the rain. He is a winner, no doubt. And then he had, I don't remember who else is on his team. It's some young kid. Who's that? What's that kid's name? I remember it when I hear it. But anyway, he was out there with him. He was behind him. He was like, they were both booking it. And he like wiped out on the back end of the track. But he's all right. But yeah, no, it's a treat to watch that shit and get to pit with those guys. It's pretty cool. I never thought I liked baggers until that day, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, the baggers are growing on me. I hate to admit it, but the baggers are growing on me.
Bike's a bike, man. If it races, it races.
I like
right.
riding baggers because they're comfortable and, you know, you get to listen to music and, you know.
Not out on the track, though.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I would try it, but that's a lot of bike to huck around on a racetrack.
All right, guys. Next question. This comes from Chris Alinario. Did I say that right?
Oh, Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
All right. So his question is, what is the sketchiest bike you've ever ridden?
So for me, the sketchiest bike I ever rode was probably my very first GSXR, the 07, because I bought it was probably the Hayabusa I bought him. That was the sketchiest because he built it. That shit was scary as fuck because he didn't know what he was doing. That was the scariest bike ever. Because he tried to make it a drag bike and it was no good. And between those two, the two sketchiest bikes ever, because those are the two bikes he worked on. I'm not saying it just because of him. They're legit sketchy and scary. But one of the reasons being was the GSXR. He had it so low that every time I rode it on the street, I busted the oil pan. And I used a lot of JB Weld all of the time.
So this is a really hard question because I've worked and ridden on a whole lot of bikes. I think there's two. So the first one was a 1982 Honda CB550. Which is a little parallel twin, like it's set up kind of like the Moto Guzzi's, like, you know, the way that the V is. It's a V twin, but it's V like this instead of, you know, like that. But so it was actually a kid that I worked with that I was stationed with in England, or so in Arizona, and so one handlebar was like bent down like this. And the other one was like this. The brakes were all but non-existent. The chain was disgustingly sloppy loose. The sprockets were worn, and the front wheel was bent, and the axle was bent, so it had a little hop in the front. So that was the sketchiest bike I've ever had to ride, just for like sheer terror, because like everything was wrong with it. And he actually rode that bike like 1,000 or 500 or 1,000 miles from wherever he had lived to get it to Arizona, which how the bike made it, I don't know. And how he made it on the bike is even bigger question. Second sketchiest one was, it was a V-Star 1100 or 650. I can't remember, but it had a ton of aftermarket lights on it that the guy did himself. And it was like a rat nest of wires underneath the seat on top of the battery, which is right behind the gas tank. And it was terrifying. Like, you know, and is this going to like spark and blow up on me? I don't know. But yeah, those are probably the two sketchiest bikes I've had to ride.
And for me, like,
and it's a very long list, but those two stand out the most.
Like I haven't had a lot of experience. I've only been like I counted. I've only ridden on 5 motorized bikes my entire life. You know, Itsy, Pizas for a hot second. Like I didn't go very far because I was scared of the power and my ability to turn it. Sophie's little bike, the dirt bike when I was a kid. And there's one more, I think, somewhere, but like I haven't ridden very many. I've ridden on the back of a few. And if I had to pick one of those, it would be like a guy that I met at the tattoo shop. I met him after I got off work at the hotel for Gettysburg Bike Week, and he had one of those like an old chopper that looks like the American flag. What is it? Not the Great American Hero. Or is it the Great American? I don't know. It's something, not
Easy
Evil
Rider.
Knievel. I don't
Easy
know, but
Rider.
it was a bike that looked like that. And going 140 miles on
chopper.
Route 15 on the back of that was sketchy, but it wasn't. I mean, the bike was solid, but still, you know, I was in shorts. I was stupid. I was
So
young and I was stupid.
I have to add to the list every single dirt bike I've ever ridden, but that's more the fact that I was riding a dirt bike and they just make you do sketchy shit.
Yeah, I think I mentioned dirt bike to you and you were like, no, they make you crash. Like you get on one, you crash.
I do. Every time I've ever ridden a dirt bike, I've hurt myself.
All right.
Sucks to be you.
All right. Now, this next question I absolutely love. It's from Tyler. I think I saw him in chat. So hi, Tyler. Thank you for this. And this one's awesome. I need you guys to pay attention. Okay. This is a multiple part question and we got to do this.
God, I don't want to think.
No, this is awesome. It's awesome. It's like the best question. Like it's the most fun question. We'll put it that way. There's some good questions, but this is the most fun one. Okay. All right. And we got to work together as a team to figure this out. So post EMP attack on the Capitol scenario. All right. So this is what we're dealing with. The 3 of you need to get from Nashville to Washington, D.C. to deliver an important message to the president. The highways aren't safe, so you must take back roads, and all cell service is out, so you must use paper maps and only listen to CDs. So part 1, who is the driver, who is the navigator, and who is the DJ?
I'm the DJ.
Can I just point out the flaw in this really quick?
Uh-huh.
If there's an EMP attack, any car that has
well, see that this is the thing. Wait, that's part of part 2. Okay.
Okay.
We'll get there. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I say Mike's definitely the driver. I'm definitely the navigator. Amanda's the DJ. Do you guys agree with that?
I can get down with that.
I mean, I think that like, cause I have great navigational skills when I'm paying attention, not when I'm talking and doing other things. But when I'm paying attention, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm going. Mike's a great driver, and if he drives, I won't have to yell at anybody.
He drives like a grandma, though. At least I drive fast.
You know what? I challenged him one
fast.
time, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Okay, well, let me show you." And like we did this, like he took an exit ramp, and it was like solid and smooth, and I wasn't scared for my life, but I was like, "Oh shit, he's doing this." I mean, he can drive when he wants to. He just chooses to be more responsible.
I accept that. My playlist is outrageous, eclectic, and it's the widest variety you'll ever come across. We'll have some fun. The first song is Barbie Girl by Aqua, by the way.
Okay, Mike, Tyler says Nashville was not affected by the blast. He thought this out. I guess Nashville is far enough away from DC that it did not get impacted by the EMP. I don't know, but
what a thoughtful question.
but you know, there's always that risk that maybe another EMP will go off. So the next part for the driver, your question is, what vehicle are you picking?
Is it any vehicle in the whole wide world?
Well, it can't be any vehicle in the whole wide world, because if there's the risk of another EMP, it has to be something carbureted and with a points ignition. That way we can keep going. Or the other possibility is we could get something more modern, rob a store that they make little baggies you can put like specifically for ECUs that you can, they're EMP resistant, so you can put your ECUs in there for like all the doomsday preppers and stuff. That way, now I don't know if they work, but if they would work, we could get something modern, just yank some ECUs off of other cars and have some backups, you know, just in case. So if we had to go classic car, oh,
Don't pick the wrong answer.
I
We're
would
all
go,
judging you here, Mike. We're all judging you.
Well,
I sure.
see, I would want to go like GTO or something,
Yes. I'm
But-
listening.
that 7-liter V8 gets like, like 6 miles to the gallon, and gas might be hard to find in like a, EMP ridden US. So, gotta think better, but classic cars just don't get good gas mileage. So if we're gonna do it, I'm going GTO. Or go Dukes of Hazzard Charger and just go sideways everywhere. Modern car.
That Charger has a name, Do you remember it?
I do know the name of the car, but it wouldn't be the General Lee. It would just be an Charger that we'd take.
You know what's funny? I named my Charger General Piggy because it's a big fat car with a V6, not a V8.
So, but modern car,
None of the above.
I'm trying to think of something that's, all right, now hear me out. Okay. I would do an EcoBoost Mustang
Why?
because the EcoBoost Mustang has the same motor that the Focus RS has, but a little bit more power, a little more torque. So it's still fast enough. I mean, I think it's like 302
I guess
horsepower.
we just
or
have to
something.
hope this isn't in the wintertime, because between Nashville and DC are a lot of mountains, and if it's snow covered roads and they don't have like snow trucks out in like,
Okay,
West Virginia, then we're gonna be
Okay.
up
Then-
to
We're gonna be
the
proud
creek
of
with the
you.
freaking
Okay.
rear wheel
All
drive
right.
Mustang with all that power.
Oh wait,
Just
so
saying.
Actually,
then-
the Charger's the better
Okay.
choice for that because I never have issues in the snow with my car. Even
Oh,
though
Oh
it's
yeah,
never,
no, you
never,
never had
never.
issues ever getting up
Oh,
a
except
hill
for
and
that one
ice and
time when I
stuff.
Except for-
tried to
Except for
climb
that
the
one
hill.
time at
the-
band
except for the-
camp.
except for the only hill that your car's ever encountered
Except for
in the snow.
the one hill, that one time at
Jersey,
band
bro.
camp.
But all right,
Listen, I live
so
in South
I'm so
Jersey.
glad we can remember your stories for you.
so I guess then I would go Raptor, F-150 Raptor, because then it doesn't matter what we encounter, it'll just plow through it all,
All right. And
and
so
we have room for all of our shit.
the next
Yeah,
question
Zeb
is for
was
the
right.
navigator.
What was
What?
that?
Volkswagen
Zeb
Rabbit?
was like, get a VW Rabbit.
Some of us aren't as big on Volkswagens as others.
Oh, don't say
And-
that to Matt.
And we all had to fit in it.
And I got some
I'm small.
long
I
ass
fit anywhere,
legs,
bro.
lady. I'm not like you. I'm not pocket size. I need leg room.
I'll fit in the glove box. Put me
All right,
in the
so
trunk.
the next question is for me, the navigator. What road trip snacks are you packing for everybody? And you all will hate me because, I mean, obviously I'm not
They
going to
better
take
not be
refrigerated.
healthy snacks.
It's
Dude,
gonna be
they-
healthy snacks. I mean,
I love healthy snacks, but I need some sweets. What if
Dude,
I have my
like-
period?
Well, that's, but
You'd
that's
be
the
like-
thing. Like you do the trail mix, so you get some chocolate in there with some nuts and some either cranberries or raisins,
Yeah,
some
I
kind of
get
trail
down for
mix,
that.
some kind of granola thing too. Not like
Yes,
a granola
I like
bar, but like
that.
mixed granola. I'd probably do like carrots because they don't have to be refrigerated. I'd probably do like a bag of chips because we do need some bad stuff. I got to get Mike some gummies because Mike will die without gummies. And I don't know what your like go-to junk food is, Amanda. I'm
I
sorry.
don't need junk food, but I do. You know those snack packs for tuna, like Starkiss, like has.
No. I will not pack. No. I have a story about that. So when I was in sophomore year in high school, I went to a private school for like a quarter, a semester, like for a hot minute. My first day, like we went to the grocery store and we got those little snack packs of the Starkiss tuna things. Well, I'm trying to open it and it squirted tuna all over my outfit. Well, this was a small private school, like where we had like 6 to 8 kids in a classroom, and these rooms were small. Okay, this was at a church. Yeah, I went to a church private school, people. I did. My
That's how
grandfather
you
was a
turned out this
preacher.
way, huh?
But anyway, but I just remember the teacher all of a sudden, like after lunch, The teacher's like, and you could tell she didn't want to ask because we were all teenagers in that room and half of us were girls. And she's like, does something smell funny in here to you guys? And I was like, it's me. I smell like fish. You know, and for a girl, you don't want to smell like fish as a girl. Like, it's not one of
little
those
Shannon
things, like,
crying.
I know. I was like so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. But yeah, no, as a girl, you don't want to smell like fish at any time. So no, we are not packing no tuna on this.
Fine. It's just a healthy snack that I bring to the track with me all the time. But I require chocolate milk. Even if it's the Fairlife, the kind that you know it doesn't go bad.
Fairlife goes bad. That's like real milk. Are you talking about Ensure? Like and bringing?
No,
like...
no, no. I drink those too, but no.
All right.
But yeah, I can take that.
Wait.
I'll take that.
But Miss DJ, here's your question. What 3 CDs are you bringing on this road trip?
Oh, you did say CDs, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. First off, Now That's Music, the very first one. Absolutely. Yeah, it's happening. I don't care. Now That's Music.
I think my kids had that actually.
I had it. I had it when it came out because I'm a kid.
Okay, that's got variety. I can dig that. Okay, what else?
Yeah. We need variety. I'm also bringing Queen's Greatest Hits because that was my very first CD ever.
Okay, I'm good with that
Queen
one.
Queen and Rush are my 2 first CDs ever. Kudos to my mother. But
thank you for choosing Queen over Rush. I'm glad I don't have to tell you.
Dude, Rush is one of the
just keep going. Third CD. Let's just move past that.
Oh, the third CD. Oh, Lady Gaga. All of them just mashed into one because I burned the CD. And Lady Gaga, I fucking love her. Believe it or not, this punk rock metal over here loves Lady Gaga.
Let me just say, when I read this question when he sent it over, I was so worried about the CDs you were gonna pick. But I can totally get down with all of these. And I want to thank you because I was so worried you would pick some obscure, weird, like punk or heavy metal shit I never heard of. So thank you.
So
if I thought fast enough, I would have picked Punkorama 5 because that was the CD that changed my life. But you guys don't listen to my words.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about the Punkoramas. I have
Punkораmas for the shit.
I forget which ones
I have. Only up to 5 though.
I have a couple on cassette. That's how freaking old I am.
Woo!
As a driver, between your snacks and your music, I don't know how far we're gonna get. I may die about like a quarter of the way there.
Oh, shut the hell up! I just made a perfect list. Like I said, if I had a 4 CD, it would have been Punkorama 5.
Listen, and like now, this is music, Mike. You know you're gonna know all those songs.
I know.
You're gonna totally be singing along to them. And
the problem is,
here's the thing.
Even
Adam said, hold on, people. Even
the Lady Gaga, I know all those too.
I know, like you'll be singing along to all of them. It's gonna be fine.
Even Adam said, he was like, I thought Amanda would pick heavy metal thrash. Yes, if it was for me. But here's the thing: I have 2 other people I am entertaining in the car. I'm the entertainer, so I got to appeal to those in the vehicle, and I love these people, so I care.
She really is a good DJ. This is a whole new thing. I
should have been a DJ.
Oh my God. And Dan just sends me a text message, Rush, because he'll know I'll see it. I'm like, no Rush. He knows how much I hate Rush and I hate Journey. Oh.
I fucking love Rush, dude. Journey is hit or miss if I'm at the bar, but like I love Rush. I just do.
All right, guys. Next question. All right, now we're getting into some of the treasure questions. So bear with us here. Okay, but this question is for all of us. How valuable does a treasure have to be in order for you to justify going out and searching 1,000 miles from your home for it?
I don't care about that. And not because I don't think it's bad. I think your whole the little bits I've learned about your forest fen thing, I think it's really fucking cool, by the way. But like personally me, I just don't find value in it. But if you're into hunting for things and that's your thing, I think that's great.
Right, well, here's the thing. Like, let's say that there was a treasure hunt. And let's just say maybe one night you were like in one of your weird Amanda headspaces, maybe, you know, a little too much. And then you just stumbled upon this on the internet and you were like reading it. And you were like, just like, say it was a poem. And you were like, holy crap. Like, I know exactly where this poem is talking about. Like, how How much value of that treasure, like what would it take to get you out? Like would it have to be like $1 million, $5 million,
It
$10
wouldn't
million
be the
dollars?
listen, it wouldn't be the value monetarily, it would be the experience. I'm an experienced person, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm an experienced person. If it was something that was going to take me somewhere cool and I had like a friend or a significant other to go with me, fuck yeah.
If
But
the prize
money-wise,
was an awesome motorcycle, would you then go for it?
what was it? What'd you say?
A K Pro asked if the prize was an awesome motorcycle. You think Mike
No,
and Amanda would
because-
consider it?
No, because all of our like Moto America guys always put. Actually, Brandon Posh has a raffle going on for his NSR 50, which is an incredibly rare bike, by the way. If you don't know what they are, no, because we can get raffles for that all the time. I just don't really. It's about the experience. It's not about the monetary value.
Okay,
Or the
so like
motorcycle.
House
'Cause I
Husband
could build a
Diaries is like,
motorcycle.
what bike hidden in the woods would get her to go out looking for it? They all want to bribe you with motorcycles. I love it.
No, I'd rather build my bike. It's about my hands in it and what I create.
Okay, fine.
That's why.
Fine. We're not
It's just
inviting
not-
you along to the treasure
Don't
hunt like,
fight me.
rodeo.
I'm
Okay,
an
Mike.
internally good person. I don't need all that money stuff now.
Mike, what about you? What would it take to get you to go on 1,000-mile flight or road trip from your house to go look for a treasure that was hidden someplace that you had a pretty good idea where it was hidden?
$1 billion.
That's like, seriously?
It would have to be a lot because I'm lazy and
He is lazy. That's a fact. I was waiting for that.
like it would have to be at least tens of millions for me like to be like, just because you have to invest.
Just play the
you have to-
Powerball, dude.
Yeah, you have to
That's
you have to
easy.
invest, like you have to invest into it and you have to like go out and look. $3, we do a thing at work and I could be a millionaire and I don't gotta get up off my couch.
Oh man, you guys are hard sells here. Okay, so for me,
I
this
like
is-
look, I
it's-
like being outdoors and doing outdoorsy stuff, but I want to do it, but I don't.
I'll tell you what, it's so much more fun doing outdoorsy stuff when you're doing it with a purpose. I mean, it really
You
is.
know what my purpose is? It's going fast and building stuff.
Well, I mean, after I went searching for the Forest Fen treasure, like just going for a hike was kind of boring. Like just going for a pretty overlook, I was like, man,
No, I have a better answer. So Matt was telling me this past weekend or what was it, yesterday or something. It just popped in my head. I'm sorry. Or whatever. We were talking about it. I don't remember. I'm just super excited now. So he's in Virginia and he's close to like these caves or whatever. And he's like, yeah, we should go. You would totally like it. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I like rocks and stuff. So it would take, I'd have to be able to go into a cave and do some cool stuff like that. It can't just be out in the wilderness.
Some
I want it to be
spelunking?
in somewhere cool.
You want to do some spelunking?
Yes.
there's a
Have you
lot
heard
of
of
there's a
urban
lot of
spelunking?
like
That's fun.
lost or hidden treasures. Charlie H. Beale has like a cache. What is it? I want to say near Lynchburg, but I know that's probably wrong. But he's got one hidden there. There's the old paper. I can't think.
There's
what
all the
anything
pirate
is.
treasure out there just waiting to be found.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
You
actually.
know
in
what?
Virginia. But okay, so for my answer, okay, so Doug, it does not matter necessarily how valuable the treasure. So my calculation is how much time do I have to invest in figuring out where the treasure is located first? Like, can I figure it out? If it's only $10,000, I'm not going to invest days and months and years into researching it and try to figure out. That's not worth the $10,000. Like the Forest Fen thing, I was pretty sure I was in like relatively the right area within 2 weeks of like just looking at it after work and stuff. So we knew that was valued between 1 and 2 million. That was worth it. And I did fall down the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole hard, but like Whistle Pig is only for like a key. I think it's the only thing you get from that. And I have the book. I've read the book. The book was actually amusing and fun. And every once in a while, I'll get an idea in my head and I'll pick up the book, but it's more of like a hobby now as opposed to making money. Not interested in the Beacon Star at all because it's far away. And I mean, so many smart people have been working on that. And it just seems like layer upon layer upon layer. It just depends on how easy it is. Like the Xavier Marks. I wish I knew what to do with that stupid freaking book, kids book. It's like, it should be so easy, and I just don't see anything in it. Or I do, but not enough to get me to figure out where this treasure is. And that makes me feel stupid. So I'm not going to waste my time on that, even though I would really like to find it. But yeah, I think I think it's a combination of how hard is it to solve it? How much time do I have to invest in figuring it out? And does it justify me eventually going and looking for it? So I think it's a combo. All right, another fun treasure question, and this one's for me. This one comes from K-Pro. Have I had any contact with Shiloh, or LLC, Justin, Amy? And that's exactly how she wrote it out. Okay. I have not talked to Shiloh since I was in Santa Fe. And I did message him on Facebook, but he unfortunately has never messaged me back on Facebook. So no. I have had no contact with the LLC since its creation. I'm going to answer it like that. I have not spoken with Justin or texted with Justin or messaged with Justin since last fall. So it's been over a year. And I have not had any contact with Amy, I believe, since 2 summers ago. So it would have been the summer of 2021. And I'm not going to say anything more than that. We're just going to leave it at that because, leaving it that is good. I'm not going to do any of the whys or anything like that. We're just going to drop it. Okay. Next question is also for me from K-Pro. She was all about getting in all these like treasure hunt questions. Do you have a significant secret in the chase you have not shared publicly? Yes. The answer is yes. K-Pro had asked me a question at one point when we were driving from Bozeman to Yellowstone, and she kept throwing out names, and she could not figure out the person that somebody had called me at one point after the Jack email, after I did the Jack video, the email on the video, the video on the email that Jack sent. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Somebody did call me, and I have never told anyone who that is. No one has ever guessed it either. And that conversation was pretty much to tell me that I was smart for not telling anybody what was in that email. And then there were reasons given to me why at that time. And that person also took my 10-mile area to a 4-mile area. So I've never, ever publicly or privately shared who called me. But that's irrelevant because we all know where it was anyway. So K-Pro asked me, are you going to be in Netflix? No documentary people besides Jens, no media companies have ever reached out to me, except for the one BBC, which they decided not to do a show. They were going to do a podcast instead. And I don't think they ever did a podcast either. But no one's ever had any interest, which is amazing to me because I got like 85,000 views on one of my YouTube videos on the Forest Fen Hunt yet. And I feel like I've been a part of this community. I mean, maybe people don't like me. I don't know. But yeah, for some reason, I've never been asked to do any of that stuff, which kind of shocks me a little bit. All right. One more Forest Fen one, and then I promise we'll get back to you guys. Okay. All right. This is from Searcher who wishes to remain anonymous. What do I think about, which makes me laugh that they were like, yeah, don't say who asked this question. What do I think about Ben's $1 million treasure hunt? So for anybody watching who doesn't know, this YouTube channel, The Treasure Warriors, I don't know, like a little over a week ago, Ben went live and he was a little high and drinky. And he announced that he was doing a treasure hunt for $1 million in gold. He was going to hide it. And believe me, he like this video, he said he had hit it. He said he hadn't hit it. He said he had the gold, but he hasn't hidden it yet, that he's still writing the poem to it. Like, what are my viewpoints on this? I mean, if you want to trust somebody who has already gone back and forth on what they said in a video, and they're doing it when they're obviously intoxicated. I know some people can be intoxicated and still be smart, but other people get intoxicated and say a bunch of things that they later regret. And, you know, I personally would not invest my time because Ben frequently goes live and just talks and says stuff, and he gets high and he drinks like on camera. Like, I don't think Ben can keep his mouth shut enough to make that treasure hunt fair. I think he's going to let something slip with the right person. Ben likes to show off that he knows things. So he doesn't always say it, but he shows up. He lets you know that he knows it. He doesn't necessarily tell you what he knows, but I think that kind of stuff, when he's a little high and drinky, will bite him in the ass. So I don't know if I would participate in that. I mean, I wish him the best and I hope he can hold it together, but I don't know if I would invest my time, just because you'd have to literally stay on his ass to catch any time he slips, you know, like totally. But if he hasn't hidden this yet, which he says he hasn't, I mean, you know, there's going to be some crazy people, like those 7 presenters are going to be stalking him from now on. Like, they're going to be on his ass. Like, he's not going to be able to go hide $1 million in gold treasure. And he'll say that, I mean, what is he going to say? He says nobody else knows where it's going to be. So what does he do? Like, is he going to give it to somebody else to go hide because now he's being watched? I mean, this community, like the Forest Ven community, tracked down Jack's positioning after the fact. Okay, they could track him going to this airport, driving this car, going into the park, coming out of the park, going to Santa Fe. If the community can trace somebody after the fact, when you know that Ben is going to go hide this treasure chest sometime in this next year, somebody's going to be watching his every single move. I mean, every single move. Like, I don't know how he's going to do it and not get caught in some way and have somebody find out before he ever publishes a poem. So no, I mean, like, to me, I think that video was a huge mistake, and good luck to him, but I don't think it's going to happen. I also want to say one more thing to Ben, because Ben constantly talks about how he does not monetize his channel. So yeah, I monetize my channel, but I also used to make videos where I did a crap ton of research. I would record my videos, and then I would edit my videos, and I would spend a lot of time doing this. I put out quality content back in the day. And yeah, I monetize because my time is valuable. And I've historically been a single mom for most of my life. I've always been the breadwinner in my family. So I don't feel guilty monetizing. The most I've ever made in a year on YouTube was $600. Not a lot of money, And it didn't hurt anybody to watch a couple little ads and hit the skip button, right? But, not all of us are lucky enough, to have like sugar daddies or sugar mamas taking care of us. So yeah, some of us have to hustle a little bit harder. So that's all I got to say about that. Now let's get back to you guys. Thank you for sitting through all that fun stuff. You guys ready?
Okay.
All right, Amanda, this next one is for you. This comes from
me.
from Road Captain Dan the Man. Okay. You said you are a Suzuki girl. So how'd you end up with an R3?
I ended up with an R3 because my very first track day this season on the big bikes, I was at Lightning. It was my first time ever at Lightning. On top of that, I was there with Fred. Fred's the guy who got me into coaching, and he's pretty much my mentor. He's the one who got me in the minis as well. Shout out to Fred Clock, Fast Freddy. What's up, my guy? I had an issue. I was struggling all day, and this is like back in like April or May or something. And it had to be May. I was struggling all day, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why can't I get this? And then one of my last sessions of the day, I was going through the bowl at Lightning, and my bike went off and back on. It's an electrical issue. I didn't know what it was at the time. I got off track, and I won. And this is the same week. Was this the weekend with Tyler O'Hare? No. I had the R3 then. Anyway, I wanted to like kick my bike over. I was so mad. And he looked at me. He's in his trailer, taking his leathers off and getting dressed and stuff. And I'm like sitting here wanting to throw my bike. He's like, as your friend and as your coach, I think it's time for you to let it go. It's time to sell it. And I was like, and I'm emotionally attached to this bike. Very attached. I rebuilt this bike by myself. This was a proving point to me and the people around me. And it was like what got me through my divorce. It was like is everything. That bike was everything to me. It was my best friend. I bought it for myself on my birthday years ago, like 2018, I think it was. It mattered a lot, so it was emotional. And he's like, just he talked me through it for a couple of weeks, and I ended up buying an R3 that he like started for his best friend. And he's like, look, I have this R3, it's perfect for you, blah blah blah. And I was like, whatever, I'll do it. And I just all I did was trust my gut and my intuition, and I trusted my friend and my coach. That's how I ended up on a Yamaha. I trusted my friend and my coach.
All right.
God, I got emotional. Woo!
We love it when you get all the emotional and the feelies, when your eyes start wide. We love it.
Oh.
All right, so Mike, this next question is from you, also from Road Captain Dan the Man. I don't know why you got to say it like that. You seem to know what you're talking about when these chicks let you speak. What experience do you actually have?
When we let him speak?
I was like, man, I was like
yeah.
Damn, look.
First of all, that is 100% true statement, because I sometimes do get cut off before I can finish what I'm saying.
Oh, is that so? It's
look at
that. You're talking some bullshit.
But so when I got out of high school, I had some like little odd jobs. Then I joined the Air Force, where I worked on F-15s and F-16s. So that's where I got started. Like, I was always interested in cars and motorcycles like a kid, but then got into, joined the military and went from there. Then when I was in Phoenix, I was stationed out there. I went to MMI and started working on bikes, then went to work on cars too, but went to school for that. But I worked for Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Can-Am, BRP, Yamaha, KTM, Ducati, Moto Guzzi, Aprilia, pretty much all of them except for Harley and BMW. So I've been around a long time working on all kinds of things.
All right, Mike, I don't know if you noticed, but I muted Amanda and she's upset at me.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure you had like total time to talk without us interrupting. All right, it's saying ask to unmute, so I think you might have to push a button. Sorry about that. That was hilarious. I'm over here trying not to die laughing.
I was wondering why you were laughing. That's why I was hurrying up. I was like, why is she laughing?
Because I muted Amanda and she was pouting. Oh my goodness. All right.
I hate it here.
No, what was cool was when you were throwing your blanket over you, though, like part of you disappears into your background. It's kind of like Harry Potter and like the invisible cloak.
But,
that's the coolest thing ever. My invisible cloak.
As working on F-15s and F-16s as well. Hughes Road.
I love my life.
The 15 is like the best aircraft ever made. I think that's proof in the put in that they're doing the new F-15. Was it the EX, which is going to be awesome, and they're retiring the F-22 already. And I don't think they can. I think they would retire the F-35, except for the fact that they spent so much money on it that they can't, because it does, it's the jack of all trades with the 3 variants. But yeah, they were awesome. I did get an incentive flight in F-16, so that was cool too. Pulled 8.6 Gs.
All right, moving on, because we're running out of time. I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock already. And we were worried there weren't going to be enough questions. Look at this. Okay, so fast. Amanda from Jill, what kind of bird do you have?
The bird I have currently is a severe macaw, or sometimes known as a chestnut-fronted macaw. He's a fucking asshole, and I love him. I also actually have an African gray named Gussie.
All right. From K-Pro, for all of us, what is on our bucket list this year?
This year specifically? Oh, I'm racing mini motos, and I'm gonna be at least in the top 10 somewhere. Top 5 maybe, if I'm being
extra aggressive.
If I'm being generous to myself.
Mike, what about you?
Probably start racing again. because
I'll believe it when I see it.
it's been a while. It's been a while.
My bucket list is to not live with my mother. I think we all know this by now. Like that's the main goal
Oh,
and priority.
can I change mine?
Sure.
I was thinking that too, because I want to not live with my mother too. Divorce fucked me, dude.
Move to Georgia. Like hell or high water, I'm moving to Georgia.
You're leaving?
I'm leaving.
All right. Next question is to me. Should Jody Berry start rocking the mullet again?
Fuck yeah, mullets for life, bro.
Yes.
You know, I kind of look like I'm wearing a mullet. I have a mullet with my hat on. Like, you know what? Like, I don't know.
Robin is racing. What kind of Robin you talking about?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Like, he kind of looks like more of a boy without the mullet. So maybe the mullet. I don't know. But I met him when he had short hair. Like, honestly, I don't really care. All right. So Sophie wants to know, what color do you guys want your bikes to be? Like, if you could paint your bikes, what color would you want them to be?
So this is really quick. It's just because Amanda's like a still primer, and for Shannon, it's more like if you had a race bike, you know, what color would it be? Because obviously, I don't think you're gonna paint your bike, but
okay. So I already know what I'm gonna do with my bike. I want, if you've ever seen Sonic Gray, I think it's called. It's on the Honda Civics or something. Is that what it's called?
I think it's basically Nardo Gray that Audi runs. It's like the same color.
No, it's Nardo Gray, but it has a green, like fine metal flake on top of it. And then, okay, with that,
so it's a metallic Nardo Gray.
Yes. Anyway, so I don't know if I want to do. I'm gonna keep my same rims and stuff like that, the Yamaha blue, but I don't know if I should do Yamaha blue accents, or I think I'm gonna do bright green, like lime green accents. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, I'm doing the lime green accents and just keeping the rims. That's what I'm doing, with some like stupid ass sticker bombing all over it because I'm a child.
Shannon,
I don't want to even think about bike colors yet. I love her highlights. You know, I love.
No, it's for your race bike. When like not for Itsy.
I don't have a race bike yet, so I can't dream yet.
Yeah, you can.
No,
like the mini bike's gonna be black and green. That's it.
Black and green.
I don't know. Like,
yeah, except for race bike.
My favorite colors are blue and black, but I do like hints of red. I mean, that's kind of what Itsy is now. Like, I don't know. I'll probably just stay with those three colors and just mix them up a bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of boring like that. I get into something and it's hard for me to change. All right. Next question. Where are we at? All right. Dan says he has a question for the group. What are the top 3 celebrities that you would have sex with? Amanda's like, no, I can't narrow it down to 3. You know?
No, I'm just not into celebrities. Oh, wait, I'm lying. Wait, does Donut Media count as celebrities?
Doesn't matter if it's
I think they're celebrities.
Is Jake Lewis a celebrity?
I think they're celebrities too.
Is Jake Lewis a celebrity to you?
No, he's a regular guy that I could ride track with if I lived close. But even though Jake Burton from Donut Media is technically not a celebrity, he's a celebrity because he lives in California far away from me and he's an untouchable. That's really about it. Oh, wait. The dude from Baby Driver. I don't know who that is.
The kid, or
Ivar the Boneless? Huh?
The kid, or like...
No, like the kid that the movie is about. Baby Driver, you know, the glasses, the headphones, the whole 9. Yeah, that guy. And then specifically this character off of Vikings, and it'd be Ivar the Boneless. Don't fucking come after me. I am no judgment with the handicap. All right. Somebody just put me away. It's time for bed.
All right. I mean, okay, so I would definitely have to say Chris Hemsworth, Anne Hathaway, and I don't know who the third one would be. Maybe Keanu Reeves, even though he's old now.
I would have sex with a young Henry Rollins. No question. No question in my mind.
Mike, what about you?
Selma Hayek, Jennifer Aniston, and I'll agree with Anne Hathaway because
What is Anne Hathaway? You guys are like
It's because like she
third and
does
fourth
like
people.
she's versatile. She does like the kid stuff, so you know she's like approachable and normal. But then she also does like a little bit of sexy here and there. But she can be sexy in like a family friendly way. Like I don't know.
Oh my
it's
God.
wholesome.
It's
wholesome. Great body.
Hold on. So me and Matt went out not too long ago, and he had brought this up, and I'm like, I don't even want to fucking hear this. Sorry, Matt. I just didn't want to hear it. It made me sad. Anyway, so like I'm not really like definitely have your hall pass, I guess, or whatever, but I don't know. I got all like, ew, that's the opposite of the way I look. I got like weirded in my feels about it. It was so dumb. But he said the same shit about her, like almost verbatim. And I was like,
listen,
what?
Guys,
into it?
So guys may like to look at the girls in their underwear on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's
but
fine.
they don't actually like they don't
she
fantasize
has-
about them.
and
Like,
she
look at
has
her
and
spank,
she
but-
has pictures on the internet in her underwear. So
I mean, she was in Brokeback. She got topless in Brokeback Mountain, and nobody cared
did she?
because nobody cared because it was about two gay guys. You know, like it was about like the gay sex scenes. So it was like the perfect time for her to expose her tatas. You know,
and still be wholesome.
oh, you know what? You know who else? Maybe like for girls, Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know why. Like, anyway, let's move on from this. Okay, so, Amanda, Sophie wants to know when you're dyeing your hair orange again.
I don't know. I'm in blonde phase. Something that makes me crazy, like maybe another breakup or like my life turns into shambles. That's when I go into crazy orange phase and I stay there for years. Be glad I'm in blonde phase.
I hope I never ever see the orange hair again. I wish that for you.
Yeah. Orange hair is usually a sign of me like reinventing myself in a big way. And I'm nuts.
All right. So Doug Haydick said, is your hair 100 red hair 100% natural color? And then Sophie asked me what color would my hair be if not red. So here's the thing, like when I was in my late 20s, I went to my hairdresser and I was like, okay, I need you to go to my roots of my hair and I need you to give me a hair color that matches my roots because I'm tired of dyeing my hair. So she did. And it's been a formula and I've kept that formula since my late 20s, which is a good freaking long time. So unfortunately with my plan did not work because I do have some white hair that grows in. So I still have to do my roots all the freaking time. So technically this is my natural hair color. It just isn't 100% natural. And I don't ever want to like try it like blonde, or I used to do black. I would never, I mean, I looked good in black, but I don't know, like I'm not as pale as I used to be. So I don't think black would work quite as well anymore. But
I think about doing black, but then I remember how hard that is to get out when I want to change it.
I'm a redhead now. Like this is who I am, the same shade, same color. It's who I am, just like the name Odious Soul. Like it's who I am. And I think I don't even know if I'd recognize myself if I changed my hair color at this point. So, all right. From Adam, what accomplishments are you most proud of? Or what accomplishment, one singular, are you most proud of?
Is that current, like within the last year or within the last forever?
He does not specify.
So I'll take that as a forever. You know what? My biggest accomplishment was this past season, just as a whole, because I did everything by myself. Like, I mean, I was able to unload my bikes, build my bikes, take care of my bikes. I did all, and I learned to accept help while being a part of that, doing everything by myself when it came to the track stuff. So yeah, this season was my biggest accomplishment because it was something I wanted to do and I worked hard to do.
Mike, what about you?
sorry, we're talking aircraft in the comments. What was the question?
What accomplishment are you most proud of?
So like this is like forever, right? I see forever in the comments. So I got 3. I think you know the answer.
Adam said 1. You listen to Adam.
One. All Or I mean, you can. If it's a three that I'm thinking about, you can just say one word to describe them all.
My kids.
Yeah, your kids.
Oh,
I love my kids. They
All right.
are the
My
coolest
kid-
people on
loving
earth.
them and having
My
an
kids were
accomplishment.
mistakes, the best mistakes I made. Especially Zishan, she's awesome. But my biggest accomplishment, I think, is just who I've become despite where I was. You know, like I don't know if K Pro is still in chat, but you know, like I murdered somebody and now I'm here. I'm joking. I didn't actually murder somebody, but K Pro, if you did not see any past shows, K Pro legit thought I murdered somebody, and yet she still invited me to go to Santa Fe with her. I think that's why I wasn't invited to split the hotel with her.
The funniest part is neither of us flinched. Whether and I was like, she could be totally telling the truth, is like manslaughter or something. They're like,
No,
I legit said, "Oh, that's plausible."
I
And
knew.
I
I
just
knew
didn't
the
even
story.
flinch.
I knew the story.
Yeah, I mean, and
so-
I've told the story. Oh, she's totally here. K-Pro is here. No, she actually asked me a question, something about like I forget what was it. K-Pro, put that question in chat because it was hilarious. It made me die laughing. I think like just, you know, I got in legal trouble when I was a teenager before I turned 18, but was charged as an adult. And just the fact that I never went back to jail. Like I never got in, you know, that kind of trouble again. I worked my butt off to not be that person. Because I wasn't raised to be that person. I fell down a dark path, and I'm grateful that I fell and I stumbled, you know, at the beginning, like of my adulthood. And I mean, yeah, it meant my ascent was harder and tougher, and I didn't do the things, a lot of the stuff that I dreamt up as a kid, but because I had to work harder, I mean, if I didn't have to go through that, would I be where I am now? And, you know, I'm not in too bad of a place. So I'm just grateful for the journey and the fact that I guess never went back to jail, and I can actually pay my bills. That's what I'm most proud of. It's so sad, but it's true. All right. Did K-Pro put it in there? How old were you when you murdered and shot a man? Like, yeah, thanks, K-Pro. It was hilarious. It made me laugh. Love to laugh. Okay. So last two questions we're gonna read tonight. And K-Pro and UK Adam Fadi both hit it on this. So K-Pro's question was, and I'm going to read both questions and then I'll let you guys answer. K-Pro wants to know the status of each relationship and the people in this YouTube Happy Hump Day show. And UK Adam asked, are you and Mike a couple yet? And if not, why not?
They need to get married, right? I say that every day. Just be happily married, and I could be the adopted like aunt or something. I don't fucking know.
You're small enough to be my daughter. I could probably even rebirth you. You're so tiny.
That sounds like a really strange fetish, like the ones where they put the tentacles in and then shove the eggs in themselves.
We could like wrap you in
judging.
latex and then lube it up. Oh my gosh, did you guys watch that TikTok?
Which one? Oh, I forgot about it.
No.
Oh my God. It was okay. Dude, that would have been like the perfect joke with like the wrapping you. You ruined it. Thanks, guys, for remembering it. But anyway, okay. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So am I supposed to go, or is it now Mike?
No, I think it's your turn because my answers are a little more complicated.
What was my question?
No, the questions were, what is the status of each of our relationships? And then like are Mike and
like
I a couple yet? And if
is
not, why
it
not?
our relationships between the three of us or our relationships? Like,
Oh, yeah, K-Pro was asking the status of each relationship between the three of us.
Each relationship, like
I don't know. Maybe she thinks we like have like do threesome
like
stuff. I don't know.
couple?
Like maybe she just maybe she just I don't know.
These are my biffles. That's about it. No, I don't know. Relationship? What the hell is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm lying. I have a thing.
I mean, she has a relationship with us as a friend.
Oh, yeah. A biffle. Best friend forever. A biffle.
Yeah. We put up with her, and then when she ignores us, we worry about her. It's like the perfect relationship, you know? Like
ignoring anybody. I'm just like
totally
in the
you
wintertime.
leave us on read. Like
you can tell Amanda got a man because now she like looks at our stuff and doesn't even like do the thumbs up.
him ever. Like, he lives in fucking Virginia, for fuck's sake. No, it's not why. It's because in the wintertime I get all fucking reclusive and like I sit here. This is what I do when I come home from work because I get so overstimulated. I come home, I get Philip squared away, I put headphones on, I listen to deep green noise, and I wrap myself in this plushy blanket, like burrito style, and I just close my eyes for like an hour because I just can't deal. And then I get a snack. Sometimes I have dinner. Sometimes I eat dinner, right? Sometimes. And then I'll read a book. I'll do some laundry or some chores and such. And then I go right back to the burrito, except I'll listen to like creepy pastas instead of green noise. And then maybe I talk to Matt. Maybe I don't. Like, I don't know. It depends on whatever. That's my whole life. Have I actually met him? Yes, Adam. Yes. Yay for online dating, I guess.
Adam, I got pictures for proof. Don't worry.
He lives
Don't
like
worry.
half-ass in New Jersey and half-ass in Virginia.
Yeah,
Like
he was in New Jersey when they started. He just went back to Virginia. So
yeah,
she's gone to Virginia a couple times.
yeah, but this one is there isn't really an end date in sight, so he's gonna be there for a while. Shit sucks, I guess. I mean, whatever. You remember when I said that if I was gonna have a boyfriend, it'd have to be somebody that lived far away from me because I didn't want to be bothered every day of my life.
You got what you manifested.
I thought about that today on my drive home. I'm like, I did this shit to myself. I straight did this shit to myself. Manifestation, fuck that shit. Nah, I put it into the universe with my fucking words because I was being a crybaby ass bitch all fucking summer. Like, I don't want a boyfriend. If I have a boyfriend, he better live far away from me so he doesn't fucking bother me because I need my space. Now I'm over here like, I don't want space. I don't like it anymore. It's disgusting how like smitten and infatuated I am with this fucking guy. Like, I don't know what the fuck he did. He like sprinkled fucking dust on me and said, bam, now you love me. And I'm like, what? No, I don't like anybody. I love myself. Sort of.
Depending on the day.
Some days I just fucking hate my guts, but then it comes around. But yeah, no. You're absolutely, yeah, and that's what I was getting at. I got what I manifested, didn't I?
You got to be careful with what you think, because whatever you think is actually what you create. You create your own reality, whether we want to admit to or not. That's why it's so important. Like, as soon as a negative thought comes in your head, to flip the switch and find the positive immediately, because the more negativity stuff like that you allow yourself to think, the more negative you're going to attract. So if you keep switching and pushing that positive, it's amazing how much more positive stuff happens. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think we're still waiting on Mike to answer.
What was the question?
What did you manifest today? That's what the question is. Did you manifest?
That was not the question, but it was hilarious. Like, yeah. We can just leave it like that. We'll just keep everybody guessing, you know?
Well, it's an easy answer.
Is it?
No.
You fucking dildo. Not there. We're all on the edge of our seats.
No, I think it's a great time to end the show.
I mean, we are running 20 minutes late. So
we are. Like, I don't know.
Sophie's still awake. She's supposed to be in bed. She's still over here.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I had a cup of coffee at like 7:30, and like, I guess it's still working. I don't know, because I was so tired for most of the day.
I learned some really interesting facts about caffeine yesterday. It's not addictive, number one. It doesn't cause heartburn. It doesn't fuck your like. No, and these were by doctors, like legitimate. Okay,
so caffeine is just as addictive as marijuana. It's not like physically addicting like nicotine.
Yeah, but it's not
like heroin. But the thing is like you get used to the feeling. It's like when you're high all the time, and then all of a sudden you don't smoke weed anymore. You're like, whoa.
That's not what an addiction is.
Reality.
No, that's not what an addiction is. It's just a chemical alteration. An addiction is something you can't be without. Like, and caffeine, sure, of course we say, oh, I can't do without caffeine, but after like a day of no caffeine,
it is okay. So I challenge you, because yes, there's the physical addiction, but then there's the mental addiction, and caffeine does produce
different because cocaine's not addictive either, but it's mentally addicting.
Oh no, cocaine is actually physically addicting.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
Yes, it definitely
No,
is.
it's not physically addicting.
Have
There's
you
a
ever
reason-
smoked crack? Because crack is the same thing as cocaine.
It's
But
not
it
because
comes from the
it
same plant.
alters it's no, when you do the crack thing.
All right,
it
girl,
alters the
listen.
chemical
Have you done
bonds.
crack? Have you done cocaine? Can you
Yeah,
speak
absolutely.
From,
I've done cocaine.
can you speak from experience that it's not physically addicting?
Have I done cocaine several times in my younger years? Yes, it's not addicting. I also take Adderall every day in my life, which is also technically not addicting. And it's
Adderall is
also
still very addicting. Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
addicting. It's
Yeah,
not addicting. There's
That's
no
why all the
withdrawal
all the
symptoms.
college kids have a hard time because they sneak it and then they can't operate without it. You know, yeah.
That's because they
Crash.
probably have ADHD and they haven't been diagnosed.
All right.
Adderall's not addicting. It doesn't even build up in your system.
All right. So Mike, any final last words since me and Amanda just tend to like take off on tangents here every once in a while?
It happens quite a bit. No, I'm good questions. Good questions.
All right, hold on. Like Copper Dan, I just saw this. Like, I love you, Shannon. I'm totally kidding everyone. Shannon got her own hotel far away from mine. I'm like, what did you say that I missed? I'm like, what? Like everybody knows that like I went to Philly to meet Copper Dan in person. My car got towed that night. I remember calling Mike and he didn't answer the phone that night. I was like freak out. And I got a hotel far away from Copper Dan, very like close to where my car got towed. And then this little Asian couple from Massachusetts met me in the lobby that night and they were like, did your car get towed too? Like we can go get I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm so sorry. Like they were like, want to take like an Uber to the tow place in the morning? I was like, yeah, sure. So because they didn't know how to do Uber on the phone. So I did Uber on the phone and they gave me cash, which was so sweet. And then we got our tow trucks taken out. I still have their number actually. I need to message them the next time I go up to Boston for work so we can have like dinner or something and reminisce about the time that our vehicles got towed in Philadelphia because Philly freaking sucks, bro. Like never drive the park.
Calm down.
Oh, I don't get excited, but yeah, Philly. All right. Anyway. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, that was actually a fun show. Thank you. I needed that. Yeah, Copper Dan, don't worry. I will go back and read the comments and figure out what you said. But yeah, no, I've never been in a hotel room with Copper Dan. He didn't try. So yeah. Now, I know somebody brought up on one of the groups today when I posted asking for questions, they brought up like the question that Eric Eulis had asked me on the live show. And there's a short of me laughing because I think he said something about a hotel room and I was not expecting it during a live show and I died laughing. It was hilarious. So go watch the short because my laughter apparently is, you know, addicting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Please share us with your friends. Tell them about us. Let them know that we are here and we want you
We're
guys
queer.
yeah, and don't forget to hit a button, like button or down button. I don't care. Just push my button. Push it hard. Yes. But anyway, all right. See you next week because we're here.
Soften in circles.
We're here on Hump Day. So we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks. Take care and have a good one.